How you doing, everybody? My name is J.R. Davis. I am the managing editor of Black America Web, and we're going to have a great conversation today as we record this show on Thursday, March 10th. Tonight, we're going to have a world premiere, a new show that's coming to HGTV tonight called Fix My Flip. This show is going to have, the host go to flips and fix them. And I'm interested in having this conversation because as we know in our community, we have a lot of people that are flipping homes, flipping houses, and they might need some tips on how to do that. But I'm interested in how do you fix a flip? How does somebody call and say, I need help with all of that? So we got host and executive producer Paige Turner here on Black America Web with us. How you doing?
I am so amazing. I'm blessed. Thank you so much, JR, for having me. What an honor to be on blackamericaweb.com. Do you know how long y'all been around?
Oh, we've been around for a
Y'all
while.
started this. Let's just say that, okay?
Yeah, shouts out to Flop Nashville and everything.
I know.
You might as well say this kind of between this and Black Planet, it start the web for Black folks.
Yes, absolutely. So I am honored to be here. Believe me, I know the reverence.
And I am honored to have you. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Fix My Flip premieres tonight on HGTV. How did this particular show get started? Because this is not your first foray into TV and, of course, home improvement.
Absolutely, you are correct. It's not my first TV show, but what happened, my first show was based in Nashville. I'm originally a Los Angeles, Cali girl, and I moved to Nashville 20 years ago as a single mom to raise my 3 daughters with my mother. So we moved there together, and I lived there. I got into real estate there, had a great TV show there for a couple of seasons, and then I looked up, and my children had all graduated from college, and I said, well, I think my time here is done. I've given Nashville a great TV show. I raised my kids. I always say Nashville raised me as a woman because I was there 20 years. I said, I think I'm going back home. So I came back here, then the pandemic hit, but that didn't stop me. Listen, I'm resilient. I persevere through it all. And I said, well, we're going to figure this out. And so my writing partner and I, my production partner, Freddie Bell, we created a show for me to start pitching, and HGTV bid. And here we are again.
So Fix My Flip. And as I started off saying that I have numerous amount of friends who are now getting into real estate and purchasing homes and 2 flats here in the Chicagoland area, 3 flats and all of these things, and they're flipping them. Mm-hmm. But this is interesting because you coming in and people are having issues with the flip and you are helping them out. So talk about, well, actually I want to ask you this first question. What are some of the issues that people who, especially the first timers that come into real estate, have issues with when it comes to flipping homes, apartments, houses, things of that nature?
Yeah, that's a great question. On social media, how we always see the end result of all of our homies that flip. We never really, we don't really see the process. I should say we don't see the end result sometimes, right? We don't see the hardship. They show us all the glory afterwards, or sometimes the house just kind of disappears because I'm sure they got stuck in it. A lot of times people jump into real estate, and as soon as somebody says this to me, I want to get in the real estate game. That's easy. I can do that. Oh, you think it's a game? Okay. Well, I already know they're going to lose because real estate is a business. We're playing with a lot of money and usually people's life savings. So the first thing I course correct people on is the correct understanding of real estate is. It's a huge business, huge industry, and I teach people to run their flips as such. Each one of my flips is ran as a business. Okay. The second thing is that people don't have mentors. They jump head in because they see us on TV. They see on social media how glamorous it is. And I've never had one glamorous flip. Okay. They're all grit. They're all grind. You get to wanting to bite your nails off at one point in most flips. And so I always encourage people, find a mentor, find somebody who's actually flipped homes, who is in real estate, who is, experienced before you put your life savings in and, put all your loans and your life on the line for these houses. And you might find that it's not for you once you find a mentor or find somebody who you can shadow.
Wow. That's true because you see, especially with social media, you see the end result, you see the good montages and everything. But man, when you have to go change these marble cabinets out,
or when you see the real costs.
Man, yes.
Because materials can cost one thing when you close, while you're in the contract process, and when you close, you see prices are just skyrocketing. You're like, I wasn't prepared for that. So I'm teaching people how to prepare.
So that's great. And then when you get the preparedness down, you have all your ducks in a row. Now you got to go up in there with your hammer, your sledgehammer, knock some beans down and everything. Have you ran into a flip where everything seemed to be good, but then you get into the house and you like, oh,
Yeah.
what did I get myself into?
Yeah, not on this episode, on this season, but in my real life of flipping, yes, because inspections can only show you so much. An inspector can't actually go in behind the walls and see what's there. They're not going to tear anything down. I did
Right.
have a gut feeling that this it looked like a tear down. I should have torn it down and just rebuilt a couple of townhouses. But we were going into flip, so I said we have to do it. Got in the flip. Went 3 layers behind walls, had been covered and covered and covered over probably 40, 50 years. It was burned, it was charred, the foundation was a wreck, and I did not make a dime. I broke even, which to me is a win,
Right.
but I could have lost everything behind that flip.
So when it comes to this in real estate, and a lot of Black people are getting more and more involved into real estate and house flipping, it is the next stage of financial literacy for us. Being financially independent, and being able to provide. What is it like being an African American in the world of real estate, in flipping homes, rebuilding homes, and how? What would you like to see more from our community when it comes to these things, especially in our own communities?
Well, what you said is literacy. So finding out the real information, finding out that it is a business, because once you create your flipping endeavors as a business, more businesses can come from that one business. So for instance, eventually, if you're really serious about flipping, you'll go and get your contractor's license. So boom, now you have that. Now you're helping other people. You can continue to grow. On Fix My Flip, what I love about it is that it shows yet another stream in real estate where you can make money, because I'm coming in to flippers who are in a hole, whether it's financial or because they bought a house sight unseen and now they're stuck. They don't know what to do with the design plan. They didn't know that it was on septic instead of city sewer. And I'm like, okay, in another stream of income in my real estate business is I invest in properties with flippers that are failing. And so now that turns into a profit for me, because now I put my money and my name on the line. Like, I have to help these people get out of this hole that they've dug and get them to the finish line. So what I want to see from this show teach our community is that truly, if I can do it, anybody can. I'll tell you just a few reasons why. I did not go to college. I have been in real estate for 20 years, so I have the experience. I'm a single mom, had 3 kids, not $1 in child support. But I was able to send my kids to private school and graduate all 3 of them on time from college from what real estate paid me. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I didn't have a mentor. So I've lost a lot of money and a lot of time, which is why I want to teach people what to do and do it right, so they don't have to go down and waste years and years of trying to figure it out.
So the show premieres Thursday tonight as we record this. Not only are you Black, of course, but you are a woman on TV doing these things. So it's premiering in Women's History Month.
Yes.
So we got that too. So talk to us about the pride and how it feels to be a woman in this field, in television, and you don't really see a lot of us on this type of TV in the home DIY field doing this. Like, talk to us about that.
Well, it's an incredible honor, because what that means to me is that the powers that be that run the television waves are saying, wow, yes, you're a Black woman, but you're an educated woman. And you are a woman, and we need diversity on TV too. Yeah. And you're an educated woman that can teach other people and help people. And that's my life's purpose. As a single mom, I had a great tribe raising my 3 daughters. And I love being able to be in a position where I can give back now. So the pride and responsibility that I don't take lightly with being on this major platform on an otherwise all white network that is opening the doors to diversity. applaud HGTV because they are working hard to get more Black and brown faces on this network and accepted by their current audience. But guess what that does? It opens the door to even more audiences that look like us, where there might be a large audience that you have, right, JR, that might not know, oh, there are people who look like me, people who sound like me on HGTV. Let me tune in. So now that works for our community and HGTV, even on another level, because now they're really putting their mouth where their money is, where they said they would go, and they're doing it. And I couldn't be more proud of the network. I really couldn't.
And hey, can't wait to watch that tonight. Fix My Flip. Before we go, want to ask you a couple of questions. I mean, we went towards it, but I want to go directly into it. Give us 3 things that a flipper should look out for before they purchase property to start the process.
Absolutely. Now, this isn't necessary, but I would do it because I did do it just for further knowledge and understanding of what real estate is and what it means. Get your real estate license. Why not? You know, it's not rocket science to get it. You got to study. It's not easy, especially depending on what state you live in. It's not easy to get, but get it if you're that serious about real estate, number 1. Number 2, find a mentor. Find somebody, you know, who you can shadow. And if your mentor doesn't have time, then guess what works well when people don't have time? Money. So offer to cut them into the deal. Say, hey, I want to go into flipping. I'll cut you into the profit for your time in exchange for making sure I'm on the right path. And the third thing is make sure you have a budget. On Fix My Flip, you're going to find people who are purchasing $1 million rehabs, not when they're renovated, pre-renovation, $1 million out here in Los Angeles with no budget and no contractors who show up. Ooh. Oh, we're going to see a lot of drama. There's tough negotiations. There are tears. And you know what's crazy? You know, when people say, I need help, you go and help them, and then they reject your help. So we're going to see if people even finish some of these houses because they've rejected my help.
Oh, we getting real.
Oh yes, it gets knee deep.
Oh, we might not have no happy endings because you know normally we get the house.
Well, but JR, because I'm a winner and I know how to pivot from persevering my entire life, we gonna pivot on Fix My Flip. But I'm always gonna win. But we'll see if some of these flippers win.
Oh man, I'm excited to see this just off of that alone. And I know it's funny, but when we watch these shows, you see all the stress, and then you reveal the house. It's like, oh, this is great. Everybody's crying and stuff. You rarely see the opposite side where it's like, oh man, this didn't work out.
Oh, we're gonna see the real. We're gonna see a few scenes where I didn't even know the cameras were still on, and I pull flippers aside, like, what is wrong with you? You need to get it together. So Mama Page, Auntie Page has to come out on a few of them.
Man, I'm excited to see this tonight. HGTV, Fix My Flip. What time did it start?
It starts at 8 Central, and you can watch it on HGTV and also stream it on Discovery Plus.
Hey man, just go ahead and stream that. What is Discovery Plus? I just got that too.
Yeah, it's an app. Yeah, tune in. You can probably watch it right now.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be perfect because once I gotta work and I try to watch TV while I'm working, so if I be over my computer like, oh, what's going on over here?
That's right. As long as it's on the TV, we get the ratings, and we try to go number 1. So
that's what I'm talking about. Well, host, executive producer, strong Black woman out here in this field of flipping homes and real estate. Paige Turner, I thank you for joining us here on Black America Web. How can people follow you? How can they reach you?
Please follow me on Instagram, Paige Turner Unlimited. That's Page Turner Unlimited, or Twitter, Paige Turner TV.
All right. Well, look, y'all make sure y'all check that out. Check your local listings, or go ahead and get that app, and make sure you tune in. This is going to be great. If you know somebody that's in the real estate and flipping homes, this is the show that y'all need to be watching. I am J.R. Davis, and thank y'all for tuning in to blackamericaweb.com.